Hello and welcome back, girl, to another episode. Sorry. Welcome back to another episode of Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay Howe. Now, episode 5, girl, and this is a very special episode because guess what, bitch? It's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. All right, I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but and also it is not my birthday. My birthday is next week, but in girly pop world, it's your birthday for a week before your birthday and then a week after your birthday in girly pop world. So I guess technically we could say it is my birthday. So it's the birthday episode. Welcome back, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Happy to have you here and just happy to be alive. You know, another year around the sun. That's what it is, right? It takes a year to go around the sun. I don't know. Ooh, I'm not a scientist. I don't know enough about stars to dispute it, but another year around life. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna try to act like I know anything about the stars and the moon. But that does bring me to a topic that I wanted to discuss on today's birthday episode, which is, let me bring up my notes. It is Cancer season, right? In the zodiac world of it all. And I'm a Cancer, obviously. My birthday is June 25th. Let's go, Cancers. And I used to cry a lot, which is pretty indicative of Cancer. I don't really know a lot about the zodiacs, but I do know that Cancers are water signs and they are often very emotional, which checks out for me. I will cry over anything, to be honest. But you know what? I cry mostly happy tears, okay? I can't handle watching, like, those videos of, like, kids meeting their favorite characters at Disneyland, and they, like, go up and they give them a hug, and I think the rule is at Disneyland, like, if you work there as a character, you're not supposed to, like, break away from the hug until the child breaks away from the hug, like, you're supposed to let them hug you as long as they want to, and sometimes it's, like, a really long hug. And it's so cute. And I'm like, "Damn, those videos be getting me." But you know what gets me even worse? Is when the service dogs get to meet their favorite character at Disneyland, you know? Like, they got a toy of, Mike Wazowski at the house, and they fucking get to meet him at the park. Oh, man. The tears be flowing. The tears be flowing. I simply can't. I really can't handle stuff like that. I do be crying when I'm mad too, and I have a hard time, like, expressing myself during arguments, which I feel like everybody kind of experiences that. I just don't I'm never, like, confident enough to tell somebody, like, what's good, you know? But a lot of that has changed over the last couple of years. Like, I've become more mentally stable, I guess you could say. Mental illness reveal. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I feel like I've just become, like, more, I don't know, like, stern with my opinions and stances, and, like, I don't wanna take anybody's shit. And I can't say that for, the first part of my life. I mean, I don't know, I'm gonna be 35 next week. 35. But 35. Okay, I was born on the 25th. This year is 2025. So I fear the stars are aligning and I'm about to pop the fuck off. And everything that I've ever wanted is going to come to me. It's going to flow to me freely, and I won't have to do anything because I am open to receiving. Give me one moment. I'm going to do my little woo woo thing. I have decided that money and opportunities flow to me. Okay? I'm open to receiving them. I am not living in a scarcity mindset anymore. Who needs money? I don't. I'll get it when I need it. Okay? And you should say it back, girl. Say it back. We are open to receiving gifts and opportunities. Money flows to us freely. We do not need for anything. We do not want for anything because anything we want or need will be given to us in due time. Okay? And that's how I'm feeling these days. Okay, 2 years ago, Lindsay would be having a panic attack every single day, thinking, "Girl, you don't have a job. What are you gonna do?" Okay, and spoiler alert, I still don't have a job. I still don't have a job, and you know what? Someone offered me a job. I manifested someone offering me a job, and it happened, but it wasn't the right fit for me. It was a commute, which is not really something that I could deal with the vehicle that I currently have, okay? And I don't know, it just didn't I really felt like I'd be truly out of alignment if I took this job. And I kinda have something lined up a little bit closer to home that I'm kinda hoping will, you know, not fall through. What do you say when it actually goes through? Succeeds? I don't know. There might be something closer to my home that I'm trying to line up as far as employment goes. But at the end of the day, girl, I don't want a job. Okay. I know we got to have one, but I just want to do something that I love, you know? And if you don't ask for it, you won't receive it. So that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for a fucking chill ass situation. You know, I don't need a job. I just need money. That's all I need, really. That's what we all need. So, I don't know. There's someone out there sitting on a yacht right now drinking, very expensive champagne, without any empathy or sympathy in their hearts, and they didn't work hard to get any of that at all. They were kind of just born into it. So, I'm not gonna feel guilty about sitting here saying, "I don't need a job, I just need money." Okay? I'm trying to manifest this abundant life. So just stick with me here, okay? I want this for you too. So, anyway, it's Cancer season, which means, and again, I don't know anything about the zodiac, okay? I only know this because, first of all, I mentioned in the last episode or a couple episodes ago, I'm on TikTok now, okay? It sucks. I don't like it. I'm there to give this podcast a presence and, maybe make some money on there. I don't fucking know. I don't really post a lot. I only post when I have something to say as far as, like, social media goes, you know? And sometimes you ain't got nothing to say. But over on TikTok, they're like, "You gotta be posting every day, all day, every time, 25 times a day." 25 times a day, they want you to post on TikTok. What if you do have a job? What do you do then? Low key, though, I do like when people TikTok themselves, like, working at, like, jobs that are, like a standard job, like they're working at, like, the Pizza Hut. Throwing dough, making pizzas, cutting them up. You know what I mean? I like to watch those kinda TikToks because, I've worked in the industry, in the restaurant industry before, and it's relatable, you know? So, I hope those people are getting paid money. I almost wanna get a coloring book and just fucking upload videos of me coloring in a coloring book with, like, really nice, like, glittery pens or some shit like that, you know? That's how you make money on there, I think. But again, I'm not gonna post if I ain't got nothing to say, and sometimes you ain't got nothing to say, so that's how it is. Sometimes. So anyway, it's Cancer season, and right now, as of June 9th, I think, Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer. Okay? Now, fun fact about me, in the 3rd grade, we all had to do, presentations on the solar system. We had to pick a planet and then do a presentation on that planet or whatever. You know how 3rd grade be. And I was so connected to the planet Jupiter with no knowledge of any. I mean, I was probably still shitting my pants at that point. Well, I don't know. 3rd grade, I probably wasn't shitting my pants anymore, but I might have been peeing the bed. I don't know. I'm just saying I didn't know anything about anything in the 3rd grade, dude. I was just fucking living. I was just chilling, living my life. But I had this visceral connection to the planet Jupiter. Ended up doing a presentation on Jupiter. Do I remember any of the facts in which I put together for that presentation? No. No, I do not. I don't remember anything about Jupiter. None of the information was retained in my mind, but I will always remember thinking like Jupiter is my bitch. That's my girl, you know? Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Okay? Turns out that's not even true. Boys get more stupider on Earth every single day. But we're not going to get into that. But anyway, I've always been really connected to Jupiter. I don't really know anything about it, right? Also, I've always been drawn to wearing a ring on this finger. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you why. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't really check out anywhere. I always wear a ring on this finger. Hold, please. Every time I try to get like more than one angle for this podcast, it fails miserably after I spent so much time trying to set it up. Ooh. Let me move on. Anyway, this finger. I have been connected to wearing a fucking ring on this finger my whole life. You could probably find like child pictures of me wearing fucking a ring on this finger. Turns out that this finger is also ruled by Jupiter. I don't fucking know, dude. I should have fucking brought up some notes about it or whatever, but yeah, dude. Turns out that I have been like viscerally connected to Jupiter like since the day I was born. Who would have fucking thought? Not me. But alas, that all happened without my knowledge, you know? That's just that's just how it turned out in my life. So now I'm in this area of my life where, I could make this pod something really cool. I'm in this situation where I don't have a job and I'm trying to pick a job that's going to like actually suit me and actually like not make me want to self. And I'm trying to fucking be chill about it. I'm trying to be like, everything's going to come to me as I need it. It's really not as big of a deal as I would have once made it in my line of panic attacks. Okay. So we have Jupiter okay, let me see if I can actually look up a little snippet here. Jupiter in Cancer 2025. Let's see what the AI overview says, okay? In 2025, Jupiter, the planet of growth and abundance, will be in the sign of Cancer from June 9th to June 30th, 2026. So essentially a whole year, okay? This transit is considered significant because Jupiter is said to be in its domicile or detriment I don't know if I'm saying those right, in Cancer, meaning it's particularly strong and beneficial placement. This transit encourages emotional stability, nurturing, and focus on home and family. It also has something to do with career. I didn't get that, I guess. Jupiter in Cancer is a period for cultivating emotional security, strengthening relationships, and creating a sense of belonging. It's a time to slow down, nurture yourself and those around you, and focus on what truly matters. What truly matters to me? chilling, girl. I would like to be chilling. I do not want some fucking asshole boss to be ruining my life 40 hours a week only to be paying me the bare fucking minimum. Okay? So I am nurturing, you know, my relationships and my friends and my family, and I love my home, and I don't know, I feel like the stars are aligning for me to actually, like, live a life that I actually care about and is not stressing me out, and everything is, I think this is my year, girl. And I don't know if there's any significance with the fact that I was born on the 25th and it is 2025. I don't know. That's just me being delusional, thinking, all the stars are aligning just for me particularly, you know? It's all about me. That's just how I feel right now. Well, that's kind of how I feel all the time. But it is really about me. And I'm trying to nurture that, and I want to nurture my friends and my family. So, yeah, it's birthday. My birthday's next week, and guess what? I'm going to Disneyland. Hell yeah, bitch. Luckily, my family has some really good friends who work at Disney, and they said they would sign me in for my birthday, and so I didn't even have to pay for it. How fucking sick is that, dude? That is ideal, right? Because I can't fucking buy a ticket to Disney, girl. I ain't got the money. Well, I do have the money. It's just not, I haven't gotten it yet, okay? I'm open to receiving it however it's going to come to me. But as of right now, I can't buy a ticket to Disneyland. But it turns out I don't need money to buy a ticket to Disneyland because I got the homies signing me in for free. Let's go, bitch. Let's go. And I'm really excited because I get to go with my family. I like going to Disney with my family. That is why I want a Disney pass, because my family has Disney. My mom, my dad, and my niece, they all have Disney passes and they be going all the time. And I would really love to go with them, like frequently, sometimes you just want to go and have a dinner and get your fucking steps in, girl. I'm going to Disney. I'm getting 15,000 steps easily. Okay? And we need to get our step count up. Okay? That's how the motion is the lotion, okay? If you're not getting your steps in, your body's probably not feeling that great. So we're trying to get our steps in, and I think that having a Disney pass could really aid me in that whole situation. So yeah, going to Disney on Wednesday, and on Tuesday I'm beaching with my besties. Yes, girl, I'm going to the beach with all of my bestest friends. I really couldn't ask for much more. Last year, I did this same thing. I went to the beach with all of my closest friends, and it was low key the best day of my life, like up until that point. Like, just having everyone, I mean, getting gifts on your birthday is tight. We know that. Everybody loves a gift, right? But at this ripe age of 35, having people come out for your birthday, whether it be to the beach or you have a dinner or you have a party at your house or whatever, like having people like show up to that is so meaningful. It's so beautiful. It's so like, that is my shit. I love just being with my friends. I really do. It's indescribable how good it makes me feel. So last year we did that. It was really fun. Brought some snacks. Went to a beach that I'm not afraid to swim at. It was hot as fuck, which was nice because the water's cold. It's like you don't want to go. I got a summer birthday, so the beach is always a good staple for me to do on my birthday. So that's really fun. So I'll be doing that on Tuesday. That'll be really fun. And then Wednesday we go to Disney. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, girl, we just have a good week ahead. And this whole week has been good too. Um, I got a little creative direction job going, which is my dream job as creative director. And I got me a little job like that. It's a trade. I'm trading someone their services for my services. So I'm not really making any money on it. But that actually is not my biggest concern. I really want to take a stab at making this person's business like freaking really fucking cute aesthetically, throw them in events, get them do some directorial fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really excited to take on that job. So, and who knows? Maybe I'll get an actual creative director position based off of my success on this one that I'm doing for this person right now. So that's really fun. So I met with that person yesterday, and yeah, we've been working on a really cool thing for them, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool. So I have that going on. Um yeah, also I wanted to, since it's the birthday episode, I was like thinking about birthday parties that I've had in the past that were like lit as fuck. And I've had some really good birthday parties in the past. Um Particularly the one that always stands out to me, cuz I don't really remember a lot of them, but the one that stands out to me the most, and I will get pictures if I can get them by the time this episode goes up. I will insert them. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see them. If you're not, you should be, whatever. But my 7th birthday, I'm pretty sure it was my 7th birthday, I had a like dress up party, and it was lit. I'm telling you. So this is when I used to live in this house in Paramount, and we had a big like den. There was like a den. That's the first time I ever seen a den. We had a big den at that house, and there was hella fucking room, and hella fucking people came to this party. I had a lot of friends. I ain't gonna lie. So basically, the party was a dress up party. So my mom and my grandma went thrifting and yard sailing for a couple of weeks beforehand, picking up various different dresses and accessories at yard sales and thrift stores. And I'm talking like gaudy ass shit, dude. They were getting prom dresses, wedding dresses, like, dresses with big poofy sleeves. Like, they were like getting like some of the craziest, like, gaudy outfits that you could imagine. That was one station. You could dress up in an outfit. Okay, and then the next station was hair and makeup. And I had 2 older cousins, and they helped with the hair and makeup. They were like older, like I was 7 and they were probably like 15, 14, 15 or something like that. And so they helped with the hair and the makeup. So in a different room of the house, you got to go and get your hair and makeup done after you picked out your outfit. And they were doing hella lipstick in there. I think they were putting like lashes on girls and stuff. I don't know if lashes existed at that time, but they were doing, you know, hella makeup, blush, lipstick, the whole nine. And get your hair done too. And then the other station was nails, and then you can get your nails painted as well. It was a full blown, like, full makeover situation. If you came to the party, you were getting a full makeover at the end of it. You were gonna look insane because you're wearing a fucking 80s prom dress at the end of it, and you had like tons of lipstick and fucking your nails painted or whatever, but that was the fun of it, okay? It was girly pops. It was girly pops who wanted to dress up. And then at the end, we had like a little runway situation where you could like show off your full makeover or whatever. And it was really fucking fun, and there was hella people there. And then at the end, I had a giant sleepover. I think there were 16 girls who spent the night at my house. And we all slept in the den, which was a big ass room on the floor. We were 7 years old, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we slept on the floor and we watched Grease, and there is footage of that. My mom does have home video of us all, like, singing along to Grease, like, while we sleep, with all of our sleeping bags on the floor in this den, and it was really, really fun. Um, this is how I know that I like to put on events, because during this party, I did not do a makeover. Why? Because I meticulously chose my outfit and my accessories for the party that I was not willing to change into anything else. Girl, I did not need a makeover. I came correct, and I do not need to do a makeover at all. So all the footage from the party, like whether it be pictures or video or whatever, like I'm wearing the same outfit the whole time. And I'm cheering on my girly pop friends, like, oh my God, you look so cute in your freaking 80s dress or whatever. Like, oh, nails, this and that, this and that. I was not getting a makeover though, because I came correct, like I said. And I remember too, because it was these little Daisy Duke shorts, which obviously, girl, some things never change. I be wearing the Daisy Duke shorts to this day. To this day. I'll be wearing Daisy Duke. So it was Daisy Duke shorts. And then it was like this tank top that had like a collar on it. And it was like baby blue and like polka dot, I think. And then I had a little purse. It was like a little crossbody purse. And my hair was like pretty standard 7-year-old. Like it was like blonde, obviously, but it was like cut to here. And then I had like little bangs. And so I was like, I don't really do a lot with my hair because it was like the cut was the style. So I had that. And then I had these little John Lennon like round sunglasses that I wore. There's a picture of me and my friend Emily on that day. I think that's like that's like one of the only pictures I've ever seen of that day. Like I gotta hit my mom up and see if she's got any other photos from that. But she scrapbooked a lot, so there's probably some kind of scrapbook of it somewhere. But yeah, I'll have to see if I can go to my parents' house like tonight or tomorrow and see if I could get some pictures so I can insert them here on the YouTube. But yeah, that party was fucking lit. Super lit. And then in the morning, my mom made like pancakes for all these. Dude, there were so many people in our house. I can't, dude, shout out to my mom. Shout out to my mom for making that happen. First of all, her and my grandma like getting all the shit that was required to like do the party. Like they were thrifting for weeks leading up. We also had hell accessories too. I forgot to mention that. They thrifted tons of like necklaces and earrings and rings and just like gaudy ass shit, dude. Like it was so fun. I didn't dress up, but everybody had a good ass time. I feel if I were to talk to anybody from that era of my life, I don't really talk to any of those people anymore. I mean, like my cousins, yeah, but I really think that they would remember that party. They'd be like, damn, your 7th birthday was lit. And it was. And there was a lot of people in there. And so shout out to my mom for making fucking 16 young children pancakes the next morning. And having 16 different sets of parents come pick their kids up from our fucking ghetto ass house in Paramount. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved that house though, low key. It was really big, but it was in a bad neighborhood. So what are you gonna do? I did learn how to ride a bike there and roller skate. And there was a horse stable right across the street. So low key, it did smell like manure all the time over there. But at the same time, it's like there's fucking horses across the street. And we would go over there and we could see the horses. But low key, we were not allowed to go outside because it was, like I said, a bad neighborhood. But a sick ass house, dude. And it was big too. So anyway, that was probably my coolest birthday that I've had as far as like birthday party goes, as far as like kids' birthday parties. My 16th birthday party was cringe as fuck in today's standards, very cringe, but very well planned out. The details were detailing, like it was really good. So let me break it down for you. My sweet 16 was in 2006. Okay. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Yeah. My sweet 16 was in 2006. And at that time, the most popular movie franchise that was going down was Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, and who was I obsessed with at the time? Johnny Depp. And I'm talking obsessed, girl. I'm talking I had posters up in my fucking room of Johnny Depp and all different kinds of movies. Like Johnny Depp was he was my Roman Empire, basically. So, um I had a Pirates of the Caribbean themed birthday. Did I have a custom dress made by my mom? Yes, I sure did. It wasn't pirate themed, but it was really cute. It was like this polka dot, sort of like rockabilly kind of dress. It was halter top and it had the little like rounded bust, and then it was like cinched at the waist, and then it was like a big A-line skirt. Custom made, okay? I designed it. My mom made it because she is that bitch, dude. She is that girl. She can make anything. And that was probably a curse to her. Having a girl, she was probably like, damn, I shouldn't have been so good at making custom clothes and outfits and costumes because now I'm gonna have to do it all the time. But it turns out that's what she does for a living now. So sorry, girl. You were meant for this life. You were born for this. So that's how it be sometimes. But anyway, yes, I had a custom dress, and I think it was my aunt, she got me a life-size, like, standee of Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow, and that was really cool. You know, low-key creepy on my part to even want something like that, but, you know, like I said, it was cringe. It was very cringe for today's standards. Like, I wouldn't wanna admit a lot. Well, I am. I'm telling you the story right now. So I guess I do. Well, I'm cringe forward, by the way. Anything I do that's cringy, I don't give a fuck that it's cringy. I'm so sorry. Sometimes you just like stuff. Sometimes you got a little fandom. Sometimes you just are obsessed with a man, like a celebrity man. It's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just let me like something for once, you know? I'm not going to fucking be bullied into not being cringe, okay? I am cringe, but I am free. And that's on period. So, anyways, for the invitations for the Sweet 16, we made like the invitation looked like an old treasure map. And when I say looked like an old treasure map, like we printed out the details for the party, like where it was, what day, blah, 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 like an invitation, okay? And then we proceeded to crinkle the paper, okay? Dye it in like tea, like put tea bags on it and make it look like super old or whatever. We burned the edges around it to make it look like, oh, it was in a fire at some point or whatever. We did that with all of them, by the way. Okay. There was quite a few people there, so I don't remember how many we actually made, like how many invitations we made. We probably made like 30, I would say, invitations, okay? Then we folded those up and we put them, I can't remember, like there was like a really cute envelope, like a dirty, you know, looking like an old ass envelope or whatever. And then we sealed the envelope with, I'm pretty sure, a custom like wax seal. It was so extra, girl. But I do need to remind you that this was 2006. And Sweet 16 on MTV was all the fucking rage. It was all the rage. And obviously, I was not going to have a Sweet 16 like they do on MTV, right? Those kids are rich, rich as fuck. But in my head, I'm like, Sweet 16 is a significant age for an American girl. You know what I mean? Sweet 16 is a big deal. It wasn't in 2006, okay? So, this was my opportunity to, like, throw an event and really get all the details that I wanted. You know, my mom and everyone in my family is, like, so incredibly creative and, like, crafty and talented that anything that I wanted, we were able to bring to life. So, the invitations were lit, dude. If I can get a picture of those, I wonder if my mom has one, like, if we saved one. I wonder. I guess we'll find out. Um, But yeah, they were actually really cool. And yeah, I just, oh man, that was such a cool thing. And then the cake, girl, stop. Tell me why this is the cringiest part. The cake was a treasure map. Okay. And the treasure, like it was Johnny Depp or Captain Jack Sparrow. It was him leading to me at the bottom of the cake. So it was like a picture of him up here, and then it was like like the path that he's gonna take to get to me at the bottom, and then it's like a picture of me at the bottom. I'm pretty sure that's how it looked. Cringe, girl. Cringe, you Captain Jack Sparrow. I mean, let's be real, he's still fine as hell. Johnny Depp is like, it'll never get old. Everybody will love Johnny Depp. Like, nobody's disputing the fact that he is fine, still fine. You know, I'm not saying that he became not attractive later on and it's embarrassing that I liked him before, but it is, one of those things where it's like, you didn't have to fucking go all in like this, girl. You so cringe. But that's just how I was. That's how I was in the day. Um, and yeah, that was a really cool birthday party. I remember I got really cute in my custom dress, and then my friends and I ended up having a cake fight in the backyard, in which I got cake all in my hair and all over my dress, and everybody, and me and my friend Laura had to take like showers like mid party because we had cake all over ourselves. Which Laura was like my favorite. Laura was my best friend at the time, and we did everything together. So if I was cake fighting, she was cake fighting. Okay, and we both got caked out, and there's actually some really cute pictures of that too. I know I have pictures of we were taking pictures of ourselves, like, doing selfies with, like, cake on our face, like, yeah. Cake fight was cute, had to take a shower halfway through, and then came out back to the party with, like, a hoodie and some fucking pajama shorts on or whatever. Then we ended up having, like, a cute little bonfire. We had this cute bonfire in the backyard. Probably made some s'mores or some shit. I don't even remember what was on the menu. Probably burgers and hot dogs. I don't remember what I asked for as far as food goes. Um, but yeah, that was a really fun party. Um, and yeah, I know for sure I have pictures of that. If I can retrieve those from my parents' house tonight or tomorrow, then I'll definitely include those. Another really fun birthday that I had, I think I might have been 12 or 13 maybe. Probably like 12, maybe even 11. I don't remember. But I went to the San Diego Zoo. My parents had a friend who lived in San Diego and she worked at the zoo. She was like a zookeeper. She was like an animal trainer at the zoo. Damn. Shout out to her, man. I haven't talked to her in a long time. I wonder if my parents have talked to her. But anyway, she got us like backstage tickets to the damn zoo, girl. And I wanted to go to the zoo because I wanted to see the cheetahs, okay? Cheetahs are my favorite animal, and honestly, that still tracks today. I love cheetahs, okay? Cats, let's go. Um, but yeah, we went and I wanted to see the cheetahs so bad, but as you know, June 25th, peak summer, super fucking hot. Sadly, the cheetahs were in their caves and they didn't come out, so I wasn't able to see them on that trip, and that really bummed me out. I was like, "Damn, I like literally just wanted to see a cheetah. Like, what the fuck?" And I remember the lady who worked there, she actually got me a little magnet, like a cheetah magnet from the gift shop, because she was like, "I'm so sorry, like, I don't I can't really bring the cheetahs out. I mean, it's hot. They don't wanna come out." And I'm over here sweating my ass off too. I'm like, "Girl, I get it. It's fine." But she ended up taking us backstage and let us feed these large animal I can't remember if it was giraffes or, like, elephants. I don't know. Did they have have they ever had elephants at the San Diego Zoo? It was probably giraffes, actually. Is there elephants the San Diego Zoo? Yes, the San Diego Zoo does have elephants. In 2001? Yes, the San Diego Zoo did have elephants in 2001. Well, shit. Did they have giraffes? Sorry, I'm looking this up in real time because I really can't, sorry that, I spelled giraffes wrong, and it chose to ask if there were girls at the San Diego Zoo in 2001. Yes, the San Diego Zoo has always been open to the public, including girls, and has a large collection of animals. Giraffes. Yes, San Diego Zoo had giraffes in 2001. Specifically, there was a female giraffe named Jari and another female named Melina. So, honestly, I think it was the giraffes that we ended up getting to feed backstage. And it wasn't open to the public. Like, we got back there because the lady that we were with, my parents' friend, she worked there. She was a freaking trainer over there. So, she was able to get us in, and that was really cool. And that was another really fun birthday that I remember. I'm trying to remember, like, any other birthday, and honestly, well, once I turned 21, I started going to Vegas for my birthday, and honestly, those trips were lit as fuck, but do I remember them in full? No, not really, and I'm not proud of that, but that's what happens when you turn 21, you go to Vegas with all your girls. And I was the last one of the friend group to fucking turn 21. So, it was a big trip. I do remember on my 21st birthday though, we ended up like we were roaming around the strip or whatever in the evening, and we ended up running into this group of Canadian dudes, and they were there for a bachelor party, and they were so fucking funny. We ended up hanging out with them, and one guy in their group was like this super nerdy, like ginger dude with like long curly, like ginger hair. He kept going up to people on the strip and saying something to them. He'd be like, where can I find the nearest like place that sells lighters or something? And then the person would like try to answer him, and he'd be like, "Oh, wait, that's my Bluetooth. Hold on, that's my Bluetooth." And he was acting like he was doing this to everybody on the strip, and it was so fucking funny. Like, people were like, "What the hell? I thought you were asking me a question," but he was like, "Oh, it's my Bluetooth." And my friend Sarah ended up like going up to him, and she was like, "Oh," like she asked him something, and he went to answer her, and she was like, "Oh, no, that's my Bluetooth. Excuse me." So like she got him, so those guys were cracking up. And then we all ended up hanging out, and they were like, "Oh, do you guys want to come back to our suite?" We found out they were Canadians, so we were like, "This seems safe." And we were like, "Oh, we have hella." And they were like, "Okay, cool. Like, come back to our suite. You can have some of our alcohol." We went back to their suite, and they had a handle of a handle of every fucking alcohol you can imagine. Just imagine any alcohol, tequila, bourbon, vodka, rum, anything you can imagine. They had a huge handle of it all lined up on their little fucking thing. We got there, we're like, "Damn, girl, this is gonna be the free drink central." So we were drinking there, obviously. And we brought the weed, which honestly was the worst weed had ever had, dude. We used to get this shake from this dude named Andy, and it was literally like fucking powder, dude. It was horrible. But we'd get a huge bag of it for like $15 and be able to smoke for weeks on that, you know? So that's what we ended up bringing to Vegas, like, as far as our weed source went. And the guy, I remember we were rolling hella blunts. Like, Sarah and I rolled like 3 or 4 blunts to smoke between us and these Canadian dudes, and they were so nerdy and so funny. I just have to clarify that, yes, that wasn't very safe to do, like, go to their room or whatever, but they were couldn't hurt a fly. Couldn't hurt a fly, literally. I do have pictures of this event, and I do have pictures of the guys too, and I will show that if I can find them. So, um, yeah, so we were rolling blunts in their room, and then we lit up the blunts, and they were just like, "We're smoking weed in America." Oh my god, like, they were shocked that they were, like, doing drugs in America because 'cause they're from Canada, and apparently that was, like, a really big deal for them to be able to smoke weed while they were there, like, on their vacation for their bachelor party, which was so funny, dude. Like, I felt like we brought the party to them, you know? They were like, "Oh, yeah, we have alcohol, whatever, like, we want drugs," and they wanted to smoke weed, and we had hella weed, so that was really fun. And, safe? I don't know. Didn't say it was safe, but it was fun. Um, yeah, we went back to Vegas, I think, like, 2 or 3 years in a row for my birthday, me and, like, my gang of friends. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't really anything, like, it was just, like, Vegas, like, it's really fun, like, I like to go. I love a swimming pool. Okay? If I'm gonna have a good time, there's a swimming pool involved for my birthday. And if it's not a swimming pool, it's a beach that I can swim at and I'm not scared to swim. So that's why I like to go to, you know, Vegas, or I'm a real big fan of Morongo, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are type shit. Don't even get me started on fucking. I know it's called Morongo, but I call it Marengo, okay? That's how I say it. I'm not gonna fight it's not up for discussion. I call it Marengo. Okay, mind your fucking business. But the thing I love about Marengo, and girl, I have a Marengo hat that I wear a lot. Okay, I'm a fan. Okay, I would like to get sponsored by Marengo. That'd be sick. Imagine I take this podcast like on the road one day. You know how like people do their podcast like live at a theater. What if I did a fucking live podcast at goddamn Marengo? That'd be sick. I am putting that out there into the ether, okay? Live podcast at Marengo Casino and Resort, okay? In damn Indio or whatever. Palm Springs. I don't really know exactly what city it's in, but it's over there in the desert. But anyway, I love Marengo because they got the damn lazy river. Girl, miss me with a fucking lazy river, girl. That's my shit, dude. Anything that has lazy in the front of it, like as far as like the descriptor, if it's called lazy blank, sign me up. You don't have to tell me twice, girl. Sign me up. I'm ready. Let's go. I was born for this type shit. So I love me some Marengo. Um, and yeah, I would really like to go back to Marengo pretty soon, and I would actually like to do a little spa. A little spa vibe. A couple of summers ago, I did end up going to Vegas. I was supposed to go with the girls, and then it ended up falling through, and I went with another friend, and we went to the spa at the damn Conrad Hilton. That was the best day of my life. I had never been to a spa before, and it was a fucking nice spa, by the way. There was a fucking 20-foot crystal that, like, charged on, like, a salt lamp or some shit in a room. It was, like, some cult type shit. You could just lay around this giant crystal and it, like, charges in the fucking room. I don't even know how it works, girl. I don't know a lot about the stars to dispute it. But damn, it was some cult-like shit, dude. And they had saunas and steam rooms and fucking when you go to a damn spa, and I don't know if you've ever been to one or if this is something that you do all the time, because I've only ever done this once. But when you go to a damn spa and they give you the little bracelet that locks and unlocks your locker, And because you get undressed and you walk around in a fucking robe with some fuzzy flip-flops, and they hand you little, like, bowls of granola and sliced fruit and shit, and you go into the sauna and steam room, and it's got, like, eucalyptus oil everywhere, it clears out your damn lungs, and your skin is glowing, and then they have all the different fucking pools. They got the cold plunge pool, they got the warm pool, like, oh my god, dude, going to a spa is my calling. That is what I was supposed to be doing weekly. I should be going to spas all the time. What am I doing here? What am I doing here in the house when I should be at a spa? You know? If God gives you a gift, you need to be you really need to, take that seriously. I don't play around with my calling. And my calling is, like I said, going to the spa. Um, yeah, that was really cool. Oh, last year or the year, I think like 2 years ago, I went for my birthday to Bourbon Steakhouse in Dana Point. Talk about fancy, dude. First of all, I had a cocktail at the bar, okay, $30 cocktail, okay? Luckily, I wasn't paying. I still was pretty freaked out by the price of everything, but again, I was being treated at the time, but I do remember thinking, "Damn, $30 for a cocktail." Ooh. Was delicious though. Sat at the bar, had a cocktail, okay? Then we went out to the damn fucking seat and they had us sitting outside during the sunset. I do have a picture of this. I will insert it. This was so beautiful. Like the most beautiful scenery. You know, normally I don't like to sit on a patio at a restaurant, especially in June, but this one was, oh god, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, "Oh, so nice." But, yeah, dude, we sat on this, patio, and it was really beautiful, and they offered us blankets. They had these hand-knit blankets they were handing out there in case it got cold, because it was the evening, the sun was going down, it was getting a little bit chilly. So, I don't know you ever been to a fucking restaurant where they offer you a damn blankie, but shit, girl, that's fancy stuff right there. And I ended up having me a really nice steak, and we ordered our stuff, and then a couple of moments later, the server came over and dropped off, like, a flight of french fries. Alongside the flight of french fries was a flight of sauces, okay? And I'm not talking ketchup, girl. I'm talking sauce. I'm talking reduction. I'm talking puree type shit. She drops it off. And we're like, "Oh, we didn't order that." And she said, "Oh no, it's compliments of the chef. This is the french fry flight of the day. It's just a tasting from the chef, don't worry about it. It's all good." So she had it was like this flight of French, they were truffle fries, first of all, girl. Truffle will hit you in the damn face when you taste that shit. Truffle's fancy. Truffle fries. Frank, don't do it. My dog is about to knock over the damn tripod. Come here. There he goes. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Down. Good boy. Sorry. My dog. Um, anyways, truffle fries with like 4 different sauces. There was like a garlic aioli dip and then like some kind of tomatoey, ketchupy kind of thing. And we were just like, damn, okay, compliments of the chef. Got this whole flight of french fries. I guess pretty sick, whatever. And then after we were done with that, they took those away And then a couple moments later, they went and brought us these little bowls of soup and drop them off. And we're like, oh, we didn't order that. And our server's like, you guys are really poor, huh? She didn't say that, but I noticed she was thinking that. She was like, these people have never been to a fine dining restaurant before, which is low-key true. She was like, oh, compliments of the chef. Don't worry about it. This is the chef's tomato bisque that he made this morning with the chive oil on top. And there was literally an oil slick on top, like a green oil slick on top of this damn fucking soup. We're like, okay, he wants us to taste the soup. Who am I to say, Who am I, Ratatouille? If that's who he thinks I am, that's who he thinks I am. I'm going to taste it. So we taste the soup. We're like, damn, that's probably the most fire tomato soup I've ever had. Love the chive oil. Pretty sick. Whatever. Then she brings us our food that we did order. Okay. We eat that. It's fucking delicious. I got a giant steak. It was so unbelievably good. Never had anything like it. It was probably like a Wagyu or something. And I think I had, like, some mashed potatoes on the side and, like, some asparagus or some kinda I don't know exactly. I just remember the steak being good. And then after that, we had ordered some dessert, which I don't remember exactly what I ordered, but if I had to guess, it was probably crème brûlée because that's my favorite dessert, okay? And if it's my birthday, I'm getting a damn crème brûlée. That is if it's on the menu, I'm gonna order it, the crème brûlée. So, got some of that, um, ate the dessert, and then she came over with some handmade chocolate squares, okay? They were sitting in a bowl of rock salt. Okay, get your boogies. They were sitting in a bowl of rock salt, like, it was a bowl of rock salt, and then there was 2 squares on top. And we were like, "Oh, we didn't." She said, "Compliments of the chef for dessert. Here is the chef's chocolate sub whatever the fuck, I don't even know how to describe good food because I don't even, I'm over here fucking having macaroni, Velveeta. I don't know a lot about good food, okay? I'm not well versed. I love food, but I don't know shit about it type shit. So, there's that. Um But yeah, and then, we had those little chocolates, and then we paid. After we paid, she brought us 2 little bags of house-made kettle corn with the little logo on the outside and was like, "Compliments of the chef. Here is the, house-made blah, blah, blah fucking kettle corn, salty caramel, whatever the fuck." And it was like a little to-go bag of popcorn. Girl, I wanna say I felt out of place, and I did at the time, but ever since then, I'm like, I am meant to dine out like this. And low key, all the tables around us were people who ate there all the fucking time. You could tell they're always fine dining, and they're complaining about everything. So I already know that our server liked us. So we were probably her best table because we didn't all would sign it. We were just worried that all this stuff she was sending compliments of the chef, we were gonna get charged for it. Turns out we didn't get charged for it. I mean, the bill was still like $450, something crazy like that. I didn't pay, to be clear. I was getting treated. But imagine if we had to pay for all those compliments of the chef. I wonder how much that French fry flight was. You know? $26 or some shit. I don't fucking know. So, but that was a really nice birthday, really beautiful. I also had like a Moscow mule for with my dinner and was really good. And I would really like to go back to Bourbon Steakhouse in Dana Point. They do it big over there. If you like eat steak, then I think they had some kind of fish. Um I don't, you know what I mean? They had some kind of still it. But, yeah, it's called Bourbon Steakhouse, girl. You gotta get a damn steak. So, that was really nice. That was a really beautiful that was, like, one of my adult birthdays. This was, like, just a couple of years ago. The other birthdays I described were my 7th birthday and my 11th birthday and my 16th birthday, so I don't really remember a lot of my birthdays. Those were, like, really, big ones for me. So, yeah, that is, what did I say? San Diego Zoo, blah, blah, blah. It's Cancer season. Jupiter is in Cancer. And we are living in abundance, girls. Say it with me. We are living in abundance. Money and opportunities flow to us. I have decided that we collectively are going to be lit this summer. It's going to be great. Okay. Hair's popping, nails popping, body tea. Okay. And that's just how we're living. There's no question about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Jupiter allows us to have abundance. So if you don't take advantage of that and you don't open your arms to receive, not being like a cult lady, just receive. Receive what the Lord is sending us. And by the Lord, I mean the universe and Jupiter up top in the sky. I don't mean to do all that. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this year. Okay. And we will come back to this. We will come back to episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 when we're on episode 30 and I'm in an actual fucking studio setting with lighting and cool guests and the money is coming in. Okay. And turns out I never even needed a job. I just needed money and it came to me as I asked for it. So that's where we're at. And I'm happy to be here. And my dog joined us for the last half of this. I think he is in the frame. I can't really tell. But this is Frank. He is my pride and joy. He is my son. I birthed him. So I know that's kind of creepy, huh, that I said that. He looked at me like, girl, who the fuck? It's okay, Frank. It's okay, buddy. We just hanging around. Anyway, that will conclude today's episode. Make sure, so it's Monday if you're watching this on the day that it comes out. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at lindsayhowe so that you can be following me on Wednesday when I post my Venmo, and then you can send me $5 for a coffee or $981 so I can get an MRI on my back and see if I have a slip disc back there. Either way, if you'd like to send a couple dollars my way on my birthday, I will be at Disneyland and I will need the extra funds. Because I really want to get a churro and I really want to get one of those Mickey ice creams. The Mickey head ice creams are like rock hard. Damn, bitch. Those fucking hit during the summer. And I want one. And they're probably like $12. So if you want to send me a couple bucks, that'd be great. You are going to need to be following me on my Instagram so you could get my Venmo from my stories on Wednesday. But besides that, that will be it for today's episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for being here. 5 episodes in. I'm really fucking stoked for the future of this year. And yeah, that is all. See you at the next one. Bye.